The Flower Fairy, or In Love with Love, Episode 1.
Man, that was a terrible show.
Yeah, I love live musicals, but that one, oh no.
It seemed promising, didn't it? Based on that wonderful old movie with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore, Ghost.
Music by Dave Stewart.
Leonard. Who's Dave Stewart?
My dad says...
Your dad says?
My dad knows about music, okay, Dan? Don't give me a hard time. My dad says that in the 80s, he was a real phenomenon. Worked with this woman with short hair.
He writes songs we might know.
Sweet dreams are made of this.
And who am I to disagree? I traveled the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something.
How do you know this so well?
I'm a singer, right? I'm Delilah Wong. Gotta know the classics.
That must be Nora.
Oh, that lucky thing.
Hi guys! How was the show? That bad? What was it now?
Ghost, the musical, from the movie in the 90s. Guy dies, but he never told his girlfriend he loved her. Meanwhile, his supposed friend is a villain and wants to do something awful.
He needs to warn her.
There's this woman who pretends to be able to speak to ghosts.
Yeah, it's like this. She says to people, I can talk to your dead mother.
And mother says, I'm happy in the afterlife. Live your lives and be happy too.
She takes their money and everybody's satisfied.
But then the ghost of Patrick Swayze appears to her. Surprise! You really can hear the voice of an actual ghost. Now go tell my girlfriend about my fake friend.
Yeah, right! The movie was good, actually.
I thought so too. And that's why I got these poor starving students to buy tickets they couldn't afford.
So bad as a bit, and then you are forgiven.
Nora, how did you come to watch it anyway?
My dad bought it on DVD, and we watched it together.
Was it that long ago?
No, my dad just likes DVDs. It's compelling, isn't it? A person dies and sticks around out of love.
No surprise if it appeals to us. Our own culture is full of things like that. How many old Hong Kong movies have we seen late at night with ghosts in love? You know that one with Leslie Cheung? He and a ghost fall in love with each other? 倩女幽魂.
Ah, right. And their love is a love of bodies with physical touch. It's frustrating, though. Patrick Swayze can't touch anybody, and nobody can see him. I'd go for him. I mean, Patrick Swayze, even dead.
I'll drink to that. Patrick Swayze, even dead!
Don't you think Chinese ghosts are more exciting? I mean, they're at once threatening and desirable, like Joey Wong in 倩女幽魂.
Or Anita Mui, the tragic ghost in the modern world in 胭脂扣. Rouge. She had a suicide pact with her lover, but she died and he did not. When she returned from the underworld, She met him again as an old man.
I don't know. I mean, Western ghosts at least don't demand to be paid. Think about it. We pay people just to be dead.
Do you?
I never have. And I don't know anyone who has, except my grandma.
Somebody does it. You go to those shops in Shangwan and there's not only ghost money, but ghost credit cards and ghost mobile phones, ghost houses and clothing.
Let me show you something.
It's a ghost Happy Meal. That's kind of nice, actually. I mean, imagine some guy has just died and everybody will say, "Good old Wei Ming, he sure loves his McDonald's. Here, let's burn a Happy Meal for him."
So, why hasn't this one been burned? Is the person not dead yet?
I don't know. Ask my mom. Maybe there are several people she'll remember for their love of McDonald's and she'll use it for the first one to go.
So what would you remember about me?
One time, when we were in the pub, we were talking about something. I forget what. And just low, conversationally, you sang 4 or 5 notes, and I thought, oh my god.
That's kind of better than Happy Meals, isn't it? What were you singing? Do you remember?
It was from Romeo and Juliet. What is a youth? Impetuous fire. What is a maid? Ice and desire. The world wags on. A rose will bloom. It then will fade. So does the youth. So does the fairest maid. It's funny though. When I was singing, I was thinking about a Chinese opera, the Peony Pavilion, Mao Danteng.
Ah, ghosts again.
啊，飲茶沾滿了花台電，乍似沾遍落花兒，驚醒他。
是那處曾相見，相看儼然，早難道這好處，相逢無一言？
則為你如花美眷，似水流年。是答兒閒尋遍，在幽閨自憐。
They were fated for each other.
Fate. In those old books, it was fate. But for real people like us, isn't it all about choice? Don't we decide what relationships we want and we get there by determination?
Choice. Is it a choice, Leonard?
It's very optimistic, isn't it? Very positive about the desires and dreams of young people. How old was Tang when he wrote it?
Not young. 40s.
He sure remembered very well, didn't he?
Tang thought that nature drives young people mad with desire. It's harsh.
So, are you mad with desire, Leonard? Do you choose to be mad with desire?
I don't think I should answer in present company.
You look at that writing, that music, the vibrant, sex-positive, body-positive, youth-positive writing from 400 years ago, and you think, how did we get from there to here? Look around you in Hong Kong society. Look at the parents pushing their kids into careers as accountants. My big sister took that route, married 2 kids. She and her husband work 60 hours of drudgery every week in office towers in Central, 1.5 hours each way on public transport. Barely time to do anything with the kids.
Who takes care of them?
Indonesian helper. I don't even remember the name of the most recent one. They keep quitting, and it worries me. I mean, has my kind, funny big sister become such a monster that she can't keep a maid? What is it about modern life in Hong Kong that so often makes people so awful? It seems like that vision of nature as something violent but full of life is something we need now.
Is that a choice, Leonard? To have your dreams worn away by the pressures of modern life? To end up everything you swore you would never be? Is that a choice?
All this emphasis on choice is overly Western, maybe. And the Western world is not a model, I don't think.
I think Western society is more positive about sexuality, about desire, bodies. Maybe Western literature does more justice to that side of life.
What about Shakespeare? He was from the same time as Tang Xianzu.
My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest since once I sat upon a promontory, and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath, that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not. Flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed, a surname he took at the fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial voyatress passed on, in maiden meditation, fancy-free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make her a man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle around the earth in 14 minutes.
And so it was that Puck obtained the magic flower. She made young men and young women love or stop loving, laughing all the while. As she remarked,
And those things do best please me. That's before preposterously.
What happens to the lovers at Midsummer Night's Dream?
They get married and are happy.
They owe us their love.
Me, you mean?
You know, Puck, for a supernatural being, you talk a lot of nonsense. You always make them miserable for life.
Wouldn't be the first time.
One of my fairies was telling me something.
Fairies talk a lot of nonsense.
Maybe, but it was interesting nonsense. She met a traveler from a distant country, Hindustan, a pilgrim. He was dark. She said she never saw anyone as dark as him.
It's not the changeling boy from Hindustan?
Yes, but by her account, this man was much darker.
And she could talk to him? Was he a fairy?
No, he was as material as could be. No dancing in the dawn for him, but he could see and hear her. By his account, there's a country further away again, called Cathay. It seems the people wear elaborate colors on their faces, and they communicate by singing.
拉开母亲买面包。
And he told her a story of what had happened there. It seems a young woman went to visit a forbidden garden. When she returned, she slept and had a dream. A dream of Eros sent from the physicality of the gods.
Physical?
Physical. She dreamed of a young man named Meng Mei. A wonderful dream. And that fulfillment, that connection was so great that when she awoke, she began to pine away. And months later, she died.
They're passionate people, these Cathayans, and their gardens lean hard upon the soul. She died?
She died.
That's going a bit far, I feel.
Let us call her spirit from the dead and hear her story. What?
Who the hell are you?
Flower fairy.
From Cathay?
Indeed.
I guess I'm a flower fairy too.
We're expecting the spirit of a young woman.
Well, I came to tell you she can't come because she's not dead. Formerly she was dead, but she's not now.
Did you drive her mad with lust?
I did, and lust made her alive again.
Good work. You have my respect for that.
良辰美景，奈何天，傷心樂事誰家燕？
Flower Fairy, the last time I saw you was in hell when I was dead.
Well, I've been following your life. You married your dream young man, didn't you? I did that for you, didn't I?
Though I feel grateful for your help, I must be honest with you that you are not the reason that I met Meng Mei. He was my destined one. I would have met him anyway.
You had to be alive again for that. You came back from the dead because you were so full of longing that death couldn't stop you.
I read about this. The women of the Ming Dynasty were obsessed with this play. There are stories of women readers becoming lovesick and dying, as Li Niang did.
Did people burn paper copies of the play at their funerals?
Did any embrace their lovers while they were ghosts and then come alive again?
Maybe they had the passion, but were not fated to be with anyone, so they died for nothing.
The dream of physical love drives us. All else is means to an end.
That is either very romantic or very cynical.
I can see women loving that play. What is Confucianism but one big plot against women? And how can women be free of the boxes they put us in, except by the power of physicality, sexuality?
Delilah, can you not talk that way? I don't know where to look.
Have you calmed down enough so you can look at people normally? Do you mind if I put these flowers out on the table? They're pretty.
Sure.